Hello, it's me, Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Welcome to Simple Stamping Saturday. For those of you who don't know me, I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, and of course the UK. Today, being Saturday, it's Simple Stamping Saturday, so I show you one project made 3 ways from simple to more advanced, showing you the steps in between. I show you how to make the simple version, and then I show you the other 2 projects and explain how I made them. So let's get started and click down to the desk. So I'm using the Uniquely Artistic stamp set today. This is right at the back of your annual catalogue. I say right at the back, it's not quite, but it's rather tucked away. It comes, you know, page 114. It's just before we get into the background stamps and then the more tool type things rather than the stamps. So this is it. It doesn't have sentiments, so I brought in sentiments, and I'm using the Charming Sentiments, which I forgot to look up which page they're on. Let me tell you. So there is an alphabetical list of stamps at the back of the catalogue. I don't know that everybody knows that it's there, so it's worth mentioning anyway. It's on page 38. You can bundle this with some matching dies. So this is the stamp set, Charming Sentiments. If you bundle it, you get the sentiment silhouette dies, which cut out, as if fussy cut, every single one of the sentiments. And the sentiments cover lots and lots of events, so it's a really good stamp set to have if you want lots of sentiments. We've got birthday, we've got birth, we've got thank you, we've got, you know, thinking of you with everything will be okay. We've just got hey there, just for you, all sorts, good luck. Really good basic sentiment set with lots of different fonts, so it's not as if all your cards are going to have the same font on. And if you want to add the dies as well, then people are going to think you're really clever and you've managed to fussy cut around them all. So let me show you the card that we're making today, and I'm using white note card and envelope, and this is what I've made. It's actually very slightly cased from the catalogue. Let me find it again. Stupidly shut the catalogue. So in the top right hand corner of page 115 there's this card, and that's where my inspiration came from. So I've almost looked at the most stepped up version and brought it down, but you'll see how I do that as we go along. So I've used quite a few of the stamps, 4 of the stamps from the Uniquely Artistic stamp set. It's very loosely 2-step stamping, because to get the colour in here you use a second stamp, but you don't have to line it up. It's marvellous. So if you're not very good at lining things up, or you are a true beginner, this is perfect for you, because you get the look that you might want without having to worry about lining up. Now I will need a piece of scrap paper, so let me grab a shipping label or shipping list, always useful as scrap paper. So I'm going to start with our leaf and just ink this up in soft succulent. I'm only using 2 ink pads, so trying to keep things to a minimum. So all we're going to be using for the basic card, the simple stamping card, are a pack of note cards and envelopes, the 2 stamp sets and 2 ink pads. Now if you've already got a sentiment, you don't need the other stamp set, so easy. So then I'm inking up the filler. I'm stamping off first, so I get a nice light background, and as I say, it doesn't line up. It's sort of vaguely, you know, you can have it vaguely over what's been there before, but it doesn't line up exactly, so we've got these bits coming out around. So that's the main bit. Now although I have got other things to do with soft succulent, I'm going to stamp my sentiment next, because I want to get the other bits around where my sentiment is. And I've got the wishing you everything wonderful, and I'm using So Saffron, so we're going for S alliteration, and just need to make sure that that's straight. Hold it in place for a little while so that the ink has got a chance to cross, and there we are. I will need this again in a moment, but I'll shut it for now. And I'm going to bring in one of the little foliage stamps, and I'm just going to come up here and just help fill in that gap there. So I'm doing full strength once and second generation twice, once from the first stamp and once just stamping off. So that's all my, oh no, I've got to do the envelope. Nearly forgot the envelope. So with the envelope, I'm basically repeating this foliage. So we're coming at an angle and then out, and then this time again stamp off and just fill in. So we've just got a little bit of decoration on the envelope. Right, now I've finished with my soft succulent, I can bring back in my So Saffron, and I'm using one of the little groupings here. I will be replacing these with embellishments in the later projects, but I just thought they were quite nice as a little feature around the card, because I do like having my triangles around my cards. So just going to ink that up, and we're coming in up here, and we're coming in down here, and then again up here. So just a little triangle to help frame the card, or the stamping on the card. And then all we have to do is fold on the pre-scored line. It's all done for us really, but it is much easier to stamp before you fold. Otherwise you're trying to stamp on something that may not be keeping flat. So there's our card and our envelope. So let me just show you that they are basically the same. There we go. So slightly different placements, but basically the same card. And then if I pop those to that side, let me bring in my next two. Well, first one is this one. So I've got a piece of white card, same stamping. This paper is from the Forest Friends. Do we call it Forest Friends? But it's not necessarily one that you would Happy Forest Friends on pages 46 and 47. It's one of the B-sides. So it's this paper here, but it's in So Saffron, and I wanted the So Saffron to be brought up again. So I've got a piece of paper cut on a piece of So Saffron card, and then onto a soft succulent card base. But all I've done is put this on dimensionals, and then replaced the stamping with some of the in colour opal rounds, and I've actually used the soft succulent because I thought I'd just give it a change. I could probably have got away with the pale papaya, but I didn't want to run the risk that it was going to be slightly too the wrong colour, so I went with the soft succulent. Really nice, love them. So that's that one. So really not that complicated, just adding more product. And then this one, I kind of went to town, and this is the one that the inspiration piece is based, or is English words difficult. So the sample that I used for my inspiration is this, and this is the one that's most like that. So I've taken away the patterned paper, but I've replaced it with a 3D embossing folder, and it's the flowers 3D embossing folder. Let me find that for you. It's gorgeous. It's a really deep emboss, which is Wonderful. Punches. Please be embossing folders next. No, bundles. Where are the embossing folders? Let's look in the back, shall we? Because there is also, as well as an alphabetical stamp index, there's also an accessories index. So embossing folders are on page 176. So let's find that. It's probably about half a page back from where I am now. There we are. So it's the Painted Poses 3D embossing folder. But it's a gorgeous embossing folder. And then I've used the soft succulent satin ribbon and the in colour ribbon. I've taken off the foliage at the top because we've got this fussy cut piece, which is this, but fussy cut. And I've used ordinary opal rounds for the replacement areas. And this is one of the designer tags, which are gorgeous, hidden at the back of the catalogue. And you've got 4 tags, well 5 if you include this piece as well, and then little foliage, some roses, a butterfly, and then a little hole so that you can make anything really into a tag. So really, really, in fact, let's go back. This fits in to this, so if you're not using this piece, you can pop this piece into the shape and it will punch the hole in the right place for you. Really clever, but as I say, hidden at the back of the catalogue. So those are my 3 cards. So I think you can see that they are basically the same design. We've got this swag with the sentiment, but just stepped up from a fairly simple card up to the other layers. And my nail varnish almost matches. It's a little bit yellower, but almost matches the So Saffron. Wasn't planned. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you don't already subscribe, you can do that by clicking the button in the bottom right hand corner. I send out regular newsletters with all the promotions that I'm doing, which may be separate from Stamping Up. If you want to sign up for that, you can do that both below in the description bar or hop over to my website. There's a link to the post for this project just below in the description bar, and it's called the Associated Blog Post. So if you click on that, you'll get more information about these projects, a shopping list, all that good stuff, although there is a shopping list in the description bar as well. Thank you very much indeed for spending some time with me today. I hope you have had fun. Let me bring up the large face camera so I can say goodbye properly. So have a fantastic rest of your weekend. While you're watching this, assuming you're watching it on Saturday, I will be taking part in a demonstrator exclusive creative event, which is being run globally by Stamping Up, called Creativity Now, and we get to use new product. And all we're doing is creating. It's going to be fantastic. Just one of the reasons why being a Stamping Up demonstrator is amazing. So have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again very soon, I hope. Bye!